Hello music enthusiasts, my name is Melodicle the Songbird, and today we'll be learning some theory, in particular about accidentals and enharmonic spellings. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify accidentals and how to properly identify a note that has different enharmonic spellings. If you want to join this community, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any further lessons. Now, without further ado, let's fly into this fabulous lesson on music theory! In my past videos, we talked about how to identify the notes on the grand staff, which to many are seen as the most basic notes on the piano. They can be found on the white keys. We now are going to dive into the black keys that are identified with these different symbols that are called accidentals. When an accidental is placed beside a note, it raises or lowers a note by one or more half steps. A half step is the distance between one key on the piano to the one right beside it. A half step when starting on a white key on the piano usually brings you to a black key, but that isn't always the case, as this is also considered a half step. The most common accidental symbols are these two. This one's a sharp, which looks like a hashtag, and this one's a flat, which looks like a very sophisticated B. The sharp symbol indicates that the note that it's beside has been raised by a half step, so this black key can be called A sharp. The flat symbol indicates that the note has been lowered a half step, so this key can be called A flat. This is how you would identify the note on the piano with the basic notes, along with its sharps and its flats. There are times where you will also stumble upon a double sharp and a double flat in music, which is notated like this. The double sharp is an accidental that raises a pitch by 2 half steps, and the double flat lowers a pitch by 2 half steps. So for this example, you could say A double sharp or A double flat. Now, if you were to add those onto the piano as well, this is how it would look with all the accidentals. Now, if you've noticed that certain keys have more than one name above them, then you've just discovered what enharmonic spelling is. It's when the same pitch has 2 or more different names. So a G sharp and an A flat both sound the same in pitch. The same goes with the G flat, the F sharp, and the E double sharp. Now, if we were to notate a pitch that has enharmonic spelling, they would all be notated differently. Depending on what you're doing, there will be times where you'll be able to use any name, but usually the key signature and other factors will let you know how to identify the pitch. It's kind of like homophones in English. Your and your both sound the same, but are used very differently in a sentence. When used wrong, people will be quick to call you out on it, so be careful. The last symbol we'll be talking about is the natural symbol. This symbol cancels the effects that any other accidental has on a note in that measure. For example, if you were to notate 2 Fs and the first F was an F sharp, a player will usually assume that the second F is also an F sharp. If you wanted to go back to a regular F, you would have to put the natural sign. And remember, any note that does not have an accidental beside it or in the key signature is automatically considered a natural note. And that's that, as simple as that. We just learned about accidentals and enharmonic spellings for notes. Congratulations, you are one step further in becoming a theory master. If this video helped in any way, give it a like so it can reach other musicians like you. And if you have any questions or suggestions on future topics, feel free to leave them in the comments. That's all from Melodicle today. Hope to see you next time!